Before you watch Morbius, I'm going to give a little bit of a background into who the character is in Marvel Comics, as well as a cinematic background in what universe this might take place in, as well as where they might be going with his future. So if you enjoyed this video today, feel free to like and subscribe for future Marvel content. So in Marvel Comics, Morbius turned himself into a vampire by trying to cure himself of a disease using a vampire bat's DNA. He's been primarily associated with being a Spider-Man villain, but he's also known for fighting and actually temporarily working with Blade. So since we're primarily dealing with Sony's extended Spider-Man universe, I'm going to talk about his interaction with Spider-Man. So Morbius actually encountered a six-armed Spider-Man when first coming to the US, and a fight broke out between them. So while they were fighting, Kurt Connors turned into the Lizard and was bitten by Morbius. And once he was bitten and Morbius ran away, it actually partially turned Connors back to normal, which made Connors and Spider-Man realize that Morbius's blood might be the key to curing both Connors and Spider-Man's six-armed situation. So Connors with Spider-Man fought Morbius again and managed to extract some of his blood to cure the both of them of their ailments. So it turned Connors into a human and it got rid of Spider-Man's six arms. So like I said, Morbius turns himself into a vampire, so he has like standard vampiric powers. He has super strength, he has a slight healing factor. He has the ability to fly. It looks like in the movie, at least, he might be using like some sort of echo sonar pulse coming from his mouth to fly. And then he obviously has a thirst for human blood. Now, when talking about the cinematic side of Morbius, it's currently unclear as to which universe Morbius takes place in. So it's primarily developed by Sony in the same way that the two Venom movies have been. So it's safe to assume it's not directly in the MCU, but what makes this confusing is that Michael Keaton's Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming is in this movie in some capacity. On top of that, we also have direct dialogue references to Venom, as well as a poster of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in like one of the original trailers, as well as an Oscorp building in another trailer with a similar logo to that of the Amazing Spider-Man universe. Not to mention that there's a shot of a newspaper that mentions both the Rhino and Black Cat, who also exist in the Amazing Spider-Man universe. So again, it's unclear where this movie takes place, and although I know certain spoilers about the movie by now, I'm going to hold off until the movie is officially released for me to actually see and discuss it for myself. But it's just I don't really entirely know what Sony is trying to do here. They're trying to make a universe based off of Spider-Man villains, but I think they grossly underestimate how much people are interested in Spider-Man villains that aren't Venom. So I don't really know where they're going to be going from here. I know eventually, and I'm not basing this off of anything like spoilery or anything like that, but I know eventually they want to make like a Sinister-Six movie, which if you're not familiar with who the Sinister-Six is, the Sinister-Six is like a main villainous group opposite of Spider-Man, that composes of six Spider-Man villains, and they work together to try to take Spider-Man down. So I know they're trying to work up to a Sinister-Six solo movie. I don't know what that would look like and how they're going to do this with Spider-Man being in the MCU, but I digress anyway. That's like a very basic background on who Morbius is and what we might see from him going forward. So comment down below if you're excited to watch Morbius, and I appreciate you for watching the video.